related to crime and then tells on somebody to get a lesser charge, right? And Ash Marie said, you started it. No, I didn't start it. It's called accountability. In our community, we don't like accountability. And I want to talk about that as well tonight, because what I said from the outset was never an attack. Now, we have a responsibility as entrepreneurs when we get online to make sure that we're saying fair and accurate information. Because at the other end, there are people that trust our word. And I'm going to give Marcus an opportunity to address what he said. But what I said was in the correction. And there's nothing wrong with correcting somebody. There's nothing wrong with correcting somebody without it having to feel like you're being attacked. And I think too many times people say that they feel like they're getting attacked because somebody has now addressed something that they said. But, I never back down from when I'm right. I think, where we at right now, I think as grown men, I want to see, what Marcus has to say. And then we're going to go from there.
I'm here. Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
Hey, before we get started, Marcus, I just want to say something real quick. I want to have this conversation be cordial.
Yep.
So I know it's a lot of emotions on both sides. I'm going to be fair to you as far as what you got to say. I'm going to allow you to get off whatever you need to get off. And you know me, we've had personal conversations. You know me pretty well. And I want to make sure that everybody that's online right now understands something. This ain't easy what I'm like this right here right now, because right now what I feel it's been a fight all week for me. This shit been a fight all week for me. But I think it's more important, man. Like, I had to swallow my pride because I realized something. Our culture glamorizes violence. Our culture glamorizes the blood. They glamorizes ripping each other apart. Now, Jay Morrison stole from me. You didn't. People see what's going on right now, and they want us to tear each other down. And I just want to tell you something. I want everybody to understand something right now. I'm a man first. Where this starts for me, Marcus, is when you use your platform, and we can start breaking down other stuff, but you use your platform to say I sexually assaulted females. And I can't have that on my jacket. I never ever in my life would do that. And that got like just so people understand, my shit has boiled for days, and it's got worse and worse because I felt like if you don't apologize, that was just gonna be like I'm just gonna keep firing. I'm gonna fire, and I want to address that before we go anywhere.
So we're gonna jump into it.
All right.
Like when you came on, when you stated like your background when you came out of jail, when you came home broke. See, I think that everything that I built, a lot of people don't understand that. I said it on the podcast too, is that I lost my best friend because we ain't have financial literacy. We ain't understand shit about money. My nigga died, committed suicide, 21 years old when we moved here, right? So when it comes to this, like, this shit deeper than for what I do and what I stand on trying to help people, it's never an intent to attack nobody. When I give people game, I really be trying to help people. And I think that when this started, I made a comment on that podcast that I already said I was wrong about in the context of what I said. And when we was on that podcast, we was really talking about people who come out the streets, that's selling drugs, that's risking their life every day. And I'm like, yo, it's other ways for them to get out the streets. And my dad got taken out of place, right? And when I posted it, immediately I wake up to the notifications. I wake up and I felt attacked, right? Like you just said, as men and black people in our community, when it comes to accountability, it's a little bit of a struggle, right? I even recanted because I didn't even want to stand on it, right? And I know a lot of y'all probably didn't even see my live when I attacked Tony, or when I actually threw the shots at him on the post that I deleted, right? Just with that same accountability as a man, I'm like, yo, I wasn't finna hold it. I'm like you said, it's been a fight every single day, all day. This is consuming, right? And it's just attack on attack. But what I did do, and the reason I took that post down, right? Because I'm a man. And I looked at it and I know it didn't, and I peeped and I'm like, that ain't cool to put out there on another man. See, that's like you sharing, like, you threw my background out there, yeah. But with the sexual assault, I seen it and I'm like, let me take it down, right? And I took it down because on the simple fact of the principle is I'm a man. And we can go back and forth. I know that's what people want to see. So I said, listen, I took it down. I said something about somebody that wasn't true, that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I looked at the charges. They say assault. It didn't say sexual assault. And I peeped that afterwards. So I'm like, I can edit it or I leave it. I take this shit down. I ain't gonna put that on somebody's name. So me making the actual mistake, I'm like, look, I could be man enough. And when you said it, like, look, bro, I don't got a problem with nothing else. It's just the fact that you put sexual assault on me, right? I could tell you on this live, bro. Look, I apologize for making a misstep. That's a simple fact. As men, look, we could do it, right? Made a misstep, post something out there that ain't cool that somebody got to live with. We take that back. Now, it's everything that come with it, and now we talked about, like, people said things when we in battle, bro, that a lot came out. A lot of things get put out, things getting put out that I'm a scammer, things getting put out that I do this. And I'm like, look, me and you both know I'm not a scammer. Me and you both know I got successful students. But in the reality of it, in the heat of battle, ain't nobody gonna step up and say, I'm gonna stop the bleeding for somebody else when we into it and we at a war. And so that's the issue that happened. So like I said, like when it came to that, look, I'm man enough to say it. I can stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got kids, bro, like I got kids. You got kids that's old enough to read it. And that ain't no shit that's cool that nobody want out there. Just like I don't need Him500 a scammer on my jacket. Cause Lord knows y'all see the comments. Lord knows y'all can see the feedback and the love that I get. I don't owe nobody shit. I ain't take for nobody. I ain't do nobody wrong. And I think all this shit really started from a misunderstanding that came way before it even hit the net. That was personal between me and you. You agree?
I'm still waiting on the actual apology, though.
I already said I apologize. Mm-hmm.
So I wanna do something, right?
Yeah.
So we like I think some things got like in your how you delivered this. I heard what you said, but it was like it was super weak for what you put out there. Like for like I'm just gonna be real. Like to go and say somebody sexually assaulted somebody, that's a weak ass apology. And everybody that's saying let's move forward, like that's something like, man, I got sisters too. I got nieces and nephews. I mean nieces and shit too. I got women that's around me. That's a big deal. So I wanna be like, because people don't know what it feel like to get attacked. Like from from everybody that's saying he apologized, I'm gonna accept the apology from what it was, but the sincerity to me, like him, you start talking about everything else first. I want to talk about being men first. So we had a misunderstanding from this $1 million worth of game situation, and and you know, as men, I reached out to you. I think a lot of times we get shit online when people try to put smut on my name, where it's 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 like, oh, Tony wants to have problems with people. Tony doesn't take on issues or whatever. I reached out to you because it was some funny shit that happened between me, you, Wallo, and Gillie from the time that you came on the episode. And I want to make sure, like, just from, like, being fair, right? Like, being fair, motherfuckers like to attack, but they don't know what all be behind the scenes. Like, you and I know good and damn well stuff happened between Wallo, Gillie, and you that I didn't know about, and it caused a major rift. A lot of people from the outside see shit that's going down, but they don't know how tension actually got to the point to where you and I actually had a misunderstanding about what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it was some misrepresentations of what was happening behind the scenes that led to confusion that caused people to actually like start beefing. And I'm gonna hold that shit for offline, but we got to start really cleaning up like how people try to like post off misinformation. Like we right now are talking about, and look, I see a lot of y'all with comments like Tony always has a problem with men, but yet not one person can you say I said something that was invalid. You can't not say one person that I said something that was wrong. Marcus had posted something that we both can agree was something that would get people fucked up. It was illegal. I addressed that and that only. I became a hater. I became everything else because I said something about a man making a mistake and what he or giving information that could cost somebody financially. Like all y'all motherfuckers that got opinions about shit but don't know what's going on from the outside or whatever. Like y'all need to learn how to mind your business. Shut the fuck up. Because what you don't know is like what I did was only to try to help somebody from keeping somebody from getting in trouble off information that they would have got from a person that has a lot of people that watch them. And like a lot of people watch you. So here's what happens. And a lot of people don't understand this. If Marcus gives out information, it's not just about Marcus giving out information, because if Marcus gives out the information, he's done with it. But what happens to the people that go and put their name on a credit application? Now they got to deal with something that they got that wasn't going to be good.
So on that, right? On the one, fuck, not no disrespect to you on the comments like that, but I think we just it's realistically this conversation about me and you handling, you know, this like men, right? Being able to come on, say, look, we both didn't had a lot of disrespect go back and forth, a lot of disrespect, right? To where coming from your side, it's been disrespect, everything going on, shots being
Oh
thrown.
no, my shots came directly from the fact that you made an attack after I said something that was legit.
But look, but you know, we got this, but it come from other issues, right? On ways
The
that
other
we
issues
talked
weren't
about.
addressed though. What I
But
stated
because
I stated was literally on the point of what you addressed. Now, if we had other issues, that had nothing to do about what I actually addressed. What I addressed was something that you said that was bank fraud.
that
So
ain't
when
what
I
I'm
addressed
saying.
the bank fraud issue, you called me a hater, and then you took time to go and escalate it beyond that, going to the blogs and stuff. See, I'm not gonna let you paint me like I said something that was wrong, because we're not gonna do
Ain't
that.
nobody say you said nothing that was
Like,
wrong.
Like,
I
so
ain't
when
say
we,
that. I
so
didn't say
when
you
we,
said nothing that was wrong, bro. Listen to me.
but
Listen to me.
what I'm saying is right now, at no point was that an attack. I didn't call you out your name. I didn't say nothing at that point. I said that was bad information, and that's committing bank fraud. Point
Listen,
blank, period.
right?
That right there in itself, as a man, if I say something, I'm gonna look at it and I'm like, you know what? Let me check myself and fall back. Not that I'm gonna now go back and attack somebody and call them a hater and say they're trying to scare you and everything else. That's what I'm talking about. Don't try to put this off where I'm like, yo, nigga just came at me hating. Nah, that wasn't hate. Even though we had other issues that I had been taking shots on, that was a direct point of like, that's bank fraud and it's not legal. Like, that's what I'm talking about. We're not gonna sit here and let motherfuckers try to convince me like I done said something wrong. At the beginning, all I said that was not legal and
Bro,
it was bank fraud.
bro,
At
listen.
that point right there, I became a hater and everything else.
Okay, but listen what I'm saying though, right? We talking about where we at right now. We already discussed with the, like I said, with the bank fraud shit, with the bank and the misstep when I identified the gray area and I spoke on that. We already addressed that, right? I ain't even talking about the hater shit. I ain't talking about the tubby, the sit up challenges, the fat fight, none of that. I don't care about none of that. Only thing I care about is this right here is that we as men, recession proof, Rona proof, have huge platforms, young men that follow us, older people that follow us, a community that trusts us for education, right? I do have a due diligence that when I get on here, I got to speak facts and I have to hold myself accountable. That's why I was able to hold myself accountable and speak on it and address that and clear it up. My point is that we are here as men. It's 11,000 people watching. We already know where this is going to turn out and where it's going to go. Is that the biggest thing in our community is conflict resolution. And we had a conflict. We was able to come on live. We've been able to have a conversation, and it don't got to go into a point of proving of who's right, who's wrong, who did, who dirty, and what was wrong. What we have to do is go, okay, listen, it was a conflict here. We gonna handle it behind the scenes on different details that we gonna have a conversation about. But for the public to see is that men can have a conversation, identify what was wrong, right? Say, okay, listen, I apologize for my wrongdoing on what I did to you. You see what I'm saying? And now the world is watching us going, as y'all as educators, y'all both got big communities. A lot of people learn from me, a lot of people learn from you, and it's a lot of people who learn from both of us. But it's more people who need us that's looking and going, I don't know where to go. That's the point where it's like, yo, listen, the educational space is never been this. There's never been nobody in the education space for black people that we can go to somebody that look like us, somebody that talk like us, somebody that represent us, that they can learn from and that we can actually get and help us get out of poverty. You've been locked up before, you got to pass. I got to pass. I know what that shit feel like. And we know it's a lot of brothers back there. It's a lot of sisters back there that go through that shit, who got kids that go through that shit. And they need to be able to come to platforms and see us and say, listen, we can learn from them and they can have issues. They're human. They can do shit. They can get into it, but they can solve problems as well. So for those that's in the streets, even the ones that's in the streets that want to go to bloodshed and everything like that, people dying about this shit, we need to set an example. Like, listen, niggas don't got to die behind disagreements where people say something and somebody holds somebody accountable. Shit, come back together, be able to have a conversation, be able to sit down and be able to say, listen, that was right, that was wrong. But what we're going to do is move forward. We're going to continue to build, and we're going to build for our community because it's bigger than one of us, right? You got how many people on your staff that you pay who got families and got kids? Like I got people on my staff that I pay and families, and they got families. It's a lot of people that we impact and we help that it's bigger than, hey man, I feel this way about something because that's just me. I can't be selfish and say, oh man, I'm a man. I don't wanna apologize. I would have been wrong. If I come on and be like, I don't want to apologize and just let it go, and somebody telling me, yo, bro, I don't want to beef with you. I just want you to apologize for you saying that I did a sexual assault and I ain't do it. And I come on, I say it, look, boom. Look how many people tuned in. We didn't been on live before. Me and you done been on live before. At dance sure ain't never been this many people. We'd had 1,100 people on live doing a Christmas giveaway. We doing a Christmas giveaway, random ads on Shade Room together. 1,100 people was the most people on. Now we got 11,000 because it's the work that we put in. Just like I seen you work and build Rona Proof, you see me build Recession Proof. Undoubtedly, you seen me build Recession Proof like I seen you build yours. We all in built for the community. So everybody in the comments got to stop and understand that where people come from. And me and you, two different people, we got two different perspectives. We got two different approaches to stuff. And what happens is that we both black men, we both black leaders, and we both examples in the community that people got to be able to feel, and they got to be able to trust us.
Listen, I wanna do this, Marcus. Like, I wanna meet you face to face. Like all this internet shit, man. Like, it's a lot of distractions in the comments. Um, we need to arrange a meeting where we come face to face. Let's be clear about something because I want to address some shit. Uh, when when I met you, when we have like these group of people that come around, I want to make sure that people understand something. Like when I met Marcus, my impression of Marcus was never anything of a scammer. I've seen this man have, success stories. I've seen people like that come from both of our programs and share like positive shit. And I didn't know about your past, quite honestly. I didn't know nothing about your past or anything like that. And I think a lot of people don't understand like when this beef started the other day and motherfuckers start, going to the blogs, niggas go to the blog. So niggas call me out my name and disrespect me, call me a female. Nigga went to the blog and sent my motherfucking past to the blogs. Right? So some of y'all be running y'all motherfucking mouth like you ain't never had your motherfucking personal past posted to social media platforms and tagged by motherfucking the blogs. Well, I have. So and when I look at something where I was coming from a place of like correcting a actual flawed comment or video, and it wasn't coming from a place where I was looking to tear you down, and now I'm looking at shit where my character and everything's being attacked from all these different places. That's where this shit comes from. Now, where you and I had known each other previously, I've seen nothing but good shit from you. Now, after I started talking about what was going on, then all these people started sending out, uh, you know, their beefs, their gripes. I got all your past shit. People started sending me where obviously, like, it got nasty. And I'm, just like as a man, I'm gonna say, look, we should have handled that offline. So I'm gonna apologize for putting you out there like that, right? But I'm gonna also talk about the fact that I still have respect. Like a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't have no respect. Like y'all in the comments, going in my girl comments, disrespecting my girl. You know, I ain't never disrespect this man. I mean, this man's wife, his daughter, his family. I was respectful to the family. I had a personal issue with this man. I ain't take that shit to his wife. I ain't take that shit to his child. Like, and a lot of y'all motherfuckers is real disrespectful. And the reality is, you wouldn't play with me like that in real life. Like, you can comment like that in this shit right here, but like, I respected this man's family, even though he led with ultimate disrespect. And you ain't never had nobody accuse you of sexual assault because you said that they said something wrong online. Like, cause that's where this shit come from. Like, I say you say something wrong. Now we going to beefing and shit like that. And people would rather see us fight. People would rather see, you know, like, the smashing of each other's character and doing all that other shit. But I'm gonna just tell you, your family, I'm gonna leave y'all where y'all at right now. I'm gonna stop talking.